Hello, my beautiful collective. I hope you're well. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Lotus, Lotus the Sage. So today we are looking into how to strengthen our spiritual gifts, advice from the Fae. So, pretty straightforward. We'll look into what actually needs strengthening, possibly get a look into what specific gift that's a possibility, the process of how to, and the doorway to the next process and advice, etc. We're going to be using the Lenormand cards today, no tarot, for part 1. I think it's either the moose or the elk. Correct me if I'm wrong. We have the Thunderbird for part 2. And we have the Dolphin for part 3. I'm pretty sure this is gray moonstone, if I'm not mistaken. This is carnelian and rose quartz, if that matters. So take a second, choose whichever is calling to you, and I'll see you at your choice. Welcome my pal ones who chose the elk or the moose. I'm going to spread out your cards. Okay, my beautiful collective of pal 1. Let's see how to strengthen your spiritual gifts. This is this card. And what your spiritual gift might be, or an echo to that energy in some way. That's how I'm going to try to interpret them anyhow. So we have He of the Fiery Sword, number 4. So my beautiful collective of Pawans, when it comes to what needs to be strengthened for you and He of the Fiery Sword, the I guess the point form words or the main objective here, we talk about the active principle, its spiritual will, its justice and protection. So this is a particular area where they want you to strengthen. It's in this. I'm really feeling active principle in the spiritual will, the protection of this particular spiritual gift. So similar to the Ace of Swords energy, they're asking you there's a need for clear and focused will and determination to carry through on your decisions, even if a lot of effort is required. How are you expressing your will, your strength? All of this can be enhanced. It's a time to take action, I would say based on your clear spiritual will. A great strength and a great potential for you to do good in this area, in other words, is what I'm feeling. And if you need assistance, call upon your whomever it is that you call upon for that strength and willpower. So what Spirit's saying to you, or what the Fae, I should say, what the Fae is saying to you is the strength of will, this active principle, your justice. You know, what things need to be cut out. How can you honor this more? How can you be clear about your will, about what you desire when it comes to your spiritual gifts? Beautiful. Let's see what your spiritual gifts might be around or what they might encompass. And then we have the Green Woman. I love it. Number 23. So the Green Woman, beautifully, as she seems anyways to me, wildness, natural magic, expectant gratitude, untrampled creativity. So that raw creative force, but wild is what I'm feeling. So it's interesting how this is a part of the gift, and the He of the Fiery Sword. It's like, what needs to be cut out or what needs to be clear? Where does your direction need to be more focused, especially if we're referencing to the wildness of the Green Woman? That's what the energy that they're emphasizing for me. But this untrampled creativity. So they're trying to ask you to sort of hone in on this it feels in some degree like chaos magic. Like I know that I don't know all the particulars of chaos magic, but it's almost like how do you use chaos magic to its benefit? That's kind of what this feels like. She also talks about acquiring a physical satisfaction in who you are, in your natural self. It's a time for enhancing your growth of all of these talents that we're talking about, your abilities. All this is about ready to bear fruit, and I think that's the reason why they want you to really hone in and cut out all the excess that may not be necessary for this process of strengthening your particular gifts. She's saying take a risk and let new and unfamiliar wild seeds grow and see what they may become. So again, watch them closely, pay attention to what needs to be clarified from that sense of strength of your spiritual will. Miracles are happening. Miracles are wanting to happen. The green woman wants to grow even more within you. That's amazing. Part one. Like, how beautiful is that? So lovely. And I just love how fun she is, like sticking her tongue out and just like, yo, this is my domain. I love it. I love her energy. So, my beautiful, this is so nice. It's so great. So, this is what this is here for you. What needs to be strengthened is the clarity. And again, I'm using the framework of, or the terminology, excuse me, of sort of chaos magic is what I'm really feeling here. But anything that we talked about when it comes to this green woman's energy can be applicable for you. About that life force, that wildness, that untrampled creativity, you know, that is where your magic, I feel the bulk of your magic comes from. And it does very much feel like chaos magic, and they keep nodding to me as I say that. So a good chunk of you in pile one might be dealing with some of that kind of potential, or where some of your spiritual gifts want to be strengthened for you at this time. So let's figure out, how do you do this? How do you strengthen this? It says through self-love. Now that's lovely. Well, that's pretty brilliant when it comes to this, the green woman, you know, being completely comfortable and satisfied with your natural self. And that's that self-love of how you create, how your magic works, how your gifts are delivered, you know? It's different, it's wild, it's unconventional, it's eccentric, you know? And I think that, again, loving all of who you are and what you are and how it comes to be is a part of this how to strengthen. Let's get the process of how to strengthen. That's what these Lenormand cards are. Beautiful. We have the stars, the bouquet, the birds, the book, the moon, holy moly, Pawan, and the man. Wow. So what I'm feeling here for you guys, this is a magnificent. Anyways, the star in this deck is similar, but not quite as the tarot, as most or some of you may know. There's a presenting, a coming out, how you're seen, and same with the moon. It's actually about accolades and being seen and recognized. So it feels like a part of the process for you on how to strengthen this is almost to, I want to say stop hiding, but I don't feel like you're hiding. But they might be specifically talking about hiding this particular gift of yours that they're referencing on what they want to strengthen. So what I'm feeling here is this bouquet, this appreciation, this gift from, I'm feeling this ancestral or spiritual source energy. And with the birds of communication, I'm feeling like you're being asked to communicate this, to speak this out specifically in some way, to get it out, you know? And then the book, the closed book in particular, underneath the star, it's like, again, a hidden latent talent or a gift that you had been suppressing to some degree. And like we talked about, it's like Spirit saying, come out the face, saying, come out and shine. Come out and step out of this so that we can give you this gift, you know, to communicate and connect with more. And I feel like this connecting can do with a lot of masculine energy, but I think that they're asking you to take the initiative in that masculine energy of communication. That's what I'm feeling here. Yeah, I'm hearing there's a potential for you to reach more people if you were to speak up and to allow yourself to express this more. And I feel that you'll be more comfortable to be able to do that with that self-love. So it's, again, clarity on how you might do this, how you create, how do you present your particular state or understanding of magic or your abilities, chaos magic, your gifts, and communicate that out into the world to reach a whole plethora of different people. But you have to stop hiding. There is a form of hiding here. I don't think your personality is like an introverted type of hiding. That's not what I mean. I mean, there's something specific about this particular gift that you have not shared with many or with any. You might have only shared it with one or two people at max, but not a lot. That's interesting. So that's your process on how to, my love. It's for you to step out of that hiding, to speak, to communicate, to be brave enough to know that I feel like you're good enough. You're good enough. Whatever or whomever you might be comparing yourself to it's not a part of the equation. It's don't bother with that is what they're saying. Anybody got time for that? Just self-love. Oh, I love this. Okay, amazing. Let's see what's behind the doorway to the next phase or the next process of this evolution of your gift. This is the door you have. Number 42 is sticking out, so 4 could be very significant. 4 and 5s for you. It says inner power. Yeah, exactly what we were talking about, the confidence to step out from hiding. By your own command, you brought yourself here. At this moment in life, you have nothing to fear. Oh, I love that for you. I love that for you. And I visibly saw this animal, the moose or the elk, like not roar, but open its mouth and like I just saw it like scream out or like shout out, in other words. And I'm feeling that this is a part of this force, this wildness, this chaos, but like you need to tap into that self-love, inner power. Stop hiding, show yourself, come out of the hiding, come out from hiding some part of yourself. Yeah, the key is in the communication. And I either think that there's a masculine energy that will help you with this, and or they're asking you to step into that masculine energy to allow the traction to take place. Let's see what your reminder is as you pass through this doorway. You have the sweet pea. And it says blissful pleasure. Follow your bliss and the universe will open doors where there were only walls. Joseph Campbell. Follow your bliss. It'll open those doors that you felt were only walls, or that blockade or that barrier or the self-doubt or thinking that you just may not succeed in some way. Amazing, my lovely. So the Fae is here to tell you, my lovely, how they want you to strengthen this is clarity, self-love, communicate, come out from hiding, trust in your inner power, stay in that state of bliss. That's brilliant. So moving on into your, I'm using this, I would say, the guides that might be with you, the advice that they want you to have or to think about or consider, and final words. All right. So what do we got? We have number 45, see 4 and 5, the ancient elder experience and lessons. Wow. And 16, soul kin, recognition, family, and kinship. So you have a lot of ancestral support here also, is what I'm getting. Like family, like the ancient and soul kin, like the elder. Again, this energy that I was getting from here, that celestial, that ancestral energy, that elder experience, this wild chaos magic, which is where I feel like this is coming from, the lessons that you've learned from the ancestors that have been integrated into the soul kin, which is you, you know, that recognition of that family, of that kinship, of what you're actually connected to, your particular magical lineage, let's put it that way, or, you know, how it is that you specifically tap into your spiritual knowledge and power. Oh, this is awesome. So the guides that are with you are your ancestors, your family, the celestial beings. I'm also getting, if we're going to go specific into certain animals, I'm getting the dragon, the dog, the wolf. That came out without me saying anything, so the wolf might be significant, extra significant. The owl, the peacock. So any of the, and I'm also getting like uh, insects, flying insects in particular. Flying insects. That's interesting. I've never received that before. Very cool. So let's see, my beautiful collective. What is your final thoughts? Their final thoughts for you. What's the Fae's final words for you? Is that all I want to say? Is that all that you guys want to say, I should say? Okay, because they're saying to me, because I'm wanting to get more cards, because you guys, I've done this reading on myself, and it was very enlightening. I feel when I did this for myself, there was a lot for me to digest when it came down to thinking about what was delivered in the messages. This is the reason why I don't think I want to add any more. So, not that I need a justification, it just feels right. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, okay, here's your final words, my lovely. The electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. Boom shakalaks. Right there. That's what it is for you, my friend. Bring your ideas to life. The Fae is telling you, my lovely, how to strengthen this is to bring it to life, to come out from hiding, come out from the shadows, trust in your confidence and your particular type of magic. Communicate it, take action. Remember that you have all of this help with you. They are not leaving you in this process. They are continuously supporting and helping you swim through these particular waters of yours. My beautiful collective of 𝒑𝓪, I hope that was helpful in you finding how to strengthen your particular spiritual gifts, and the Fae were very helpful, I feel, in delivering those messages to you. I hope they were helpful. I'm sending you so much love, and until next time, keep watering your lives. Ciao. All right, my beautiful pile twos who chose the Thunderbird. Gonna spread out your cards. All right, my beautiful collective of pile two, let's see how to strengthen your gift, which will be this card, and let's see what your gifts might actually be, which might be leaned to this card. Either way, we'll play with both of them. So, what part needs strengthening, in other words? Let's see. We have the poke. Interesting. The poke talks about, it's like the ultimate illusionist or trickster energy. It will use the guise in whichever way is going to confuse your judgment the most. It's the shapeshifter, shape changer. It's the paradox. It's the good and the bad and the good, the resolution. It's almost like Poke's mission to show you the bad in what we think is good and the good in what we think is bad. So if this is the area of where they want you to strengthen, which is very interesting, which really the main thing here is about finding resolutions in paradoxes, or confronting the paradox, so to speak. So there might be some part of this particular gift for you that is cloaked in confusion for you, or muddled in some way because of thoughts or past beliefs. Again, paradoxes, the good and the bad and the good. It's, I suppose, what they're trying to emphasize here when it comes to what needs strengthening. I think you need to think about it as in, let's say, as soon as you have a burst of insight and you get it, meaning like if there's a change in thought or a change in understanding, a change in something like that, it's now time to make those changes based on your newly clear understanding. Or it might be a time for you to have a reality check on, again, what we talked about, the good and the bad and the good. So it's about finding that compromise, I suppose, or the resolution in the seeming contradictions. And I think that's where they want you to strengthen in whatever belief system, whatever magic, whatever mystical abilities you might possess. So that's Poke's energy. That's interesting. Let's see what your abilities might be, or that's wonderful. Latsi, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Moon's Daughter, number 38. Wow, this is so great. So 𝒏𝓈, Moon's daughter, her light casts in shadows, spiritual guidance, illumination, and riddles. It's so interesting that you have like kind of both trickster energies here. One here is to make you see the good and the bad and the good. The other one, it's not like she'll trip you up, but she'll put something in your path. And if you're, again, she's talking about waking people up. You wake people up. So they'll put something in your path that you'll trip over and you'll think it's their fault when it's actually you were sleeping and you didn't check where you're walking. That's sort of the metaphor that they give with her, to my memory anyways. So what she talks about, again, when it comes to your spiritual gifts, ideas sort of and patternings that you recognize, they start to make sense, or you recognize patterns very well. There's a very keen observer energy. Psychic energies, psychic abilities, hunches, intuition, foreknowings, making sense, trusting in a process. Psychic dreams in particular might be yours, foretelling the future, illuminating the present, excuse me. You might often dream in symbols, and fairies usually deliver messages in that way too. So it's, for me, my lovely, what I'm feeling here for you in particular is this beautiful sense of allowing yourself to be this observer, this beautiful energy of you, of the trickster energy. Like you have, there's a magic or this mythical, there's something very specific. It's like, it's not necessarily only magical, but the mythical, like the poets, the things that we can not explain. It doesn't have to be magical, but just the unknown, you know, and the possibilities of how somebody can awaken to their own personal power can be very effective with this trickster energy of allowing somebody to understand or commemorating the paradoxes, the duality of our nature. Of, again, well, your way, I understand that your way is this way, but why do we have to fight about this? We can just have a discussion about this. There's something along those lines. Is what I'm feeling. It's like a very wise energy. So what I'm getting here is maybe you've been, maybe you've been sort of down on yourself or your approaches to this particular spiritual gift. Maybe you've been feeling like your way doesn't really work, or this method is, you know, like they don't get it. But I understand this. It's like, it's similar to a tough love kind of scenario, to be fair, depending on how you translate this information. It's like, I'm not going to spoon feed you, you know, but I'll tell you how to get there, and I'll help you get that spoon or get you the strength to pick up the spoon to feed yourself. But I'm going to be watching you the whole way. It doesn't mean I'm leaving you to your devices, you know? Or vices, I should say. And this poke energy, like I talked about, that it's really the emphasis is the good within the bad and the paradox. So they want you to strengthen that aspect of whatever or however this gift is translating for you. And they did talk about psychic abilities, intuition, predictive dreams, etc., symbology. So maybe that's also a thing. Like maybe some of the symbols that you might have associated that were negative for you are actually not quite that. And vice, you know what I mean? Like it could be that, and they're trying to deliver a message to you and you're rejecting it to some degree because you have a sort of idea of what is good and what is bad. I hope that makes sense. This is amazing. Okay, let's see how to strengthen this particular gift of yours. The observer. Didn't I talk about that? A keen observer sense, especially with that 𝒏𝓈, Moon's daughter energy. So how to is to be the observer. Oh, they're saying to be the observer of self and the observer of the reactions. And I feel like intrigue. As a teacher, I know this feeling of the energy of watching somebody overcome an obstacle that they didn't think that they could get over. And it's such a natural process that they don't even realize they've overcome the obstacle. This is what this energy feels like. And that observer energy is like, I am so happy to be able to give you the tools, but I'm not going to be the one who's going to tell you where to go or how to go. I'm going to trick you into finding it for yourself. That's kind of what this energy feels like. Woo, I love it. Okay, let's see the process on your how to strengthen this particular gift of yours. We have the fish, number 34. Don't know why I felt compelled to say that. The bear. the sun, the lily, the fox. This is so perfect for you. And then the path. Oh man, how I freaking love this. Wow. Okay, my pal-tos. So your process on your how-to here. Okay, so the fish talks about finances, gain, movement, abundance in general. But again, trying to awaken, right? This is part of your gifts. You awaken people. And this here is the strength of your will. You're headstrong about it, but it's also a position of putting people in their own position of personal power. That's what I'm getting here. And you're a beautiful observer of knowing how to give them the right sort of recipe on how they need to get there within your method of trickster energy. And that leads them into the sun energy, that's the brightest card in the deck, generally speaking, and that shines a light on them, on who they are, for them to choose their path. And this longevity with the bear and longevity with the lily here. And this lily is also talking about responsibility, of maturity, of sensuality also, a little bit about religion. So again, discipline is what I more feel. So that again, the discipline within your riches is what I'm saying, or what I'm feeling here, to create the strength you need to shine using that cunningness, the smarts of that fox. That's your energy, right? This is all you. All of this is you. For you to lead them to make their own choice, to lead them to the path that they can make a choice whichever way. And speaking about the good within the bad within the good, the shadow side or the light side, it depends. We all have to travel on both of these paths at some point in our life. And if we are not equipped to be able to handle that shadow, that shit's hard. And it's even hard when you are equipped, never mind. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is why you get all this your particular gift of this trickster energy, is to prepare them for the difficult, to be strong enough to choose whichever path they want. And not, there's always good within the bad and bad within the good. So it's ultimately a matter of perception and your own doing of your personal power. How are you going to use that power? It's always a choice, especially here, this paradox, this duality, this choice. So my lovely, that's what the Fae are saying to you. That's how your process is, how to strengthen this particular gift of yours, is to honor it, is to keep doing what you're doing, but to stand more boldly within it, to not doubt your particular method, even if people might, it's almost like you sort of get, it's not, hate's a strong word, but there's a lot of, like maybe resentment initially, and it takes them a while to understand your process and your way of bringing so to speak, bringing the horse to water. And I think that's what Spirit's sort of reinforcing for you. Like, I heard this beautiful quote, and I'm probably going to butcher it, but it's like, the way that you think, or the eccentric mind, the price that they pay is loneliness. It's something along those lines. Don't quote me on that, but it's something like that. And this is what this sort of feels like. It's like the way that you think, the way that you operate might create a sense of loneliness for you, but you're doing so much good work. And eventually, I feel this, eventually you will feel that reciprocity when it comes to the good you've done. I really do feel that. I want to say I promise, like strongly promise. So that's your process on how to strengthen, my lovely. Let's see the doorway to your next process. What's behind that doorway? Yeah, what's behind that doorway? Towards your next process. A stranger's grace. How fitting. Ego fears the sudden danger, but never underestimate the kindness of a loving stranger. And I think this stranger's grace, the doorway is you. Like, you are the stranger. This is what I legitimately feel. Like, this is why it's like, do not underestimate the kindness of a loving stranger. And they're bringing me to that saying, no matter how small the gesture of kindness, what is it? Something along the lines of, no matter how small the gesture, it's never unnoticed, or it's never gone to waste. That this is kind of the feeling I'm getting here. I can't remember what that quote is, but that's the phrasing that they're showing it to me. This is beautiful. So the doorway is leading you into more people, is what I'm getting, more people to help. And I think that you just need to recognize that this lovingness that you give to people in the way that you do is really more beneficial and helpful than you might actually get privy to. Your reminder, morning glory, affection and determination. The morning glory, which blooms for a day, differs not at heart from the giant pine that lives for 1,000 years. Look at this. Even though you might have fleeting interactions or they might be fleeting moments with you, your impact is freaking heavy. It's heavy. So do not underestimate this particular skill of yours, talent, this ability, this gift of yours. Amazing. So this last part of your reading over here, my beautiful collective of 𝒮𝓊𝓇, when it comes to how to strengthen your spiritual gifts, these are going to sort of, I'm using these as guides for you, advice, and then final words. Let's see what we get. We have the life bringer. What are we talking about here? Damn it, yes, 𝒮𝓊𝓇. Establishment, growth, and fulfillment. That is what you are creating. That's what you do. You are the life bringer. This is what I'm trying to say. Keep shining the light on it, my friend. You are doing it. It's great work. And the wild hunt. Look at this. Excitement, frenzy, and the journey. It is wild. You know, and it is a hunt for this balance, this paradox, this understanding. And your guides right now are feeling this, or excuse me, are reinforcing this for you, that you do bring life to situations where people need to wake up. That is what you do. It's a part of your magic. And that wild hunt is what I feel like, the hunt for those people, the sniffing them out to help them get to their light, their inner personal power. That's the excitement for you. That's where the frenzy comes in, where the trickster energy is like, what can I do? What can I do to get this person here the quickest way possible? You know, for them to see themselves on this particular journey. It's freaking lovely. So you're doing exactly what you need to do based on my understanding of what the Fae is trying to deliver to you, my loves. Final words. Porcupine Spirit, number 48. Time for beginner mind. That is what I think you do, my love. I think you're always in that beginner mind, and I think you allow people to step into that beginner mind, to step into their path, lighten their own path, to strengthen their own capabilities or understandings of themselves, and to trigger themselves into their own personal awakenings moving forward. Affection and determination. That is what you live by. Determination to get them into that path, and for them to be able to choose sovereignly, critically, and source connected. It is amazing, 𝒮𝓊𝓇. The beautiful Fae has spoken to you when it comes to what how they want, or excuse me, how to strengthen your spiritual gifts. And how to do that is all right here, my lovely, and you're doing it already. I just think you need a little bit more of a reinforcement or confidence that you are on the right path, and that even those moments or bouts of loneliness or detachment or feeling like separated, you're not. You're not. It's big ripples that you don't even see yet. Excuse me, they said small ripples that are turning into big ripples that you will eventually see. They corrected me. Apologies. Okay, my 𝒮𝓊3, my 𝒮𝓊2, I hope that was helpful. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, I keep watering your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my 𝒮𝓊3s who chose the dolphin. We're going to spread out your cards. All right, my lovely. So my 𝒮𝓊3s, let's see how to strengthen your particular gifts, which will be this card. And this will look into what your gifts might actually be, but they'll be intertwined, of course. So let's see how to strengthen your spiritual gifts, or which part, I should say, needs strengthening. The Master Maker, number 22. Lovely. So which part needs strengthening? So the Master Maker references skill, craftsmanship, of course, the Magician, moral strength, and invention. There's a saying with this Master Maker on his door. It says, practical problems solved here. What the Fae are saying to you on how to strengthen, or what needs strengthening for you, is to do whatever you do well and do it to the best of your ability. It's a reminder to make your very best work even better. And that also a reminder that your very best work is always desirable, and in the present situation is necessary for your success. He wants you to surpass your previous best, Don't cut corners. Don't take the easy way. Make sure the design is elegant, that it's pure and it's functional, and then follow it. Attend to every detail in its turn. Design beyond your skill and then raise the level of your skill to fulfill it. You hear that? Give and accept only the best and do it with love, love of your craft, whatever that craft may be for you, my loves. So what needs strengthening is to make what you're already doing that's great even better, to surpass your own limitations. Do not get complacent. I don't feel that you're complacent, but you might be feeling a little stuck. But this is talking about long-lasting achievements, creative problem solving, and confident action. It might suggest cooperating with others, collaborating, etc., teaching one's craft to others, and vice versa. Success is going to come from practical application of traditional principles. That's what's going to help strengthen whichever gift that we're going to be talking about here, which is for whatever skill that you have. Let's see what this might be for you. Honesty. Look at that. Look how cute he is. Oh, little face. So, oh, that's so cute. So honesty, this is interesting, a gift of honesty. So if we're talking about doing the best at what you do and making that even better, and we're talking about practical solutions solved here, or practical problems solved here, and that has to come with honesty, with compassion, with tact. And this card also talks about all three of those things I just said, but also self-deceit. And honesty talks about, could you doubt for a moment that his eyes, look at that, as I said, how sweet, you know, like, could you doubt for a moment based on that beautiful look on this beautiful honesty's eyes that he sees you just as you are and loves you anyway? And that's what I think you do, my love. You see people for who they are and you love them anyway. And that's that master maker of making the person or thing better than it actually was. In some form, of course. Your gift is about honest communication, straight, loving communication, truth in your representation, your ability to make certain things clear from confusion, from the misunderstanding, no fuzzy edges, both written and verbal. That's an emphasis for you, both written and verbal. Also to be clear in your actions, to act with compassion and tact. A reminder that brutal honesty is not usually true honesty, but somehow slanted towards the worst. So try to, again, live in a loving honesty or speak with loving honesty. That may take some effort with some people in particular, but it will be to your advantage in the long run. Much rich rewards will be provided from that particular tactic. So what I'm feeling in particular, my lovelies, is what needs to be strengthened is, again, just making whatever you're doing even better, finding more ways, more methods, refining, reaching past your own limitations, reaching past your own personal best, and then creating and fulfilling that particular certain best, whatever that creation is. Do it full and wholeheartedly. That's where they want you to strengthen it. Dive in even more, in other words. Amazing. Let's see how to. The warrior, like I said, dive in even more. Go ahead at it. Active action, you know, conscious active action. And that warrior spirit to show that honesty, to live from that, you know, of that true honest representation of self and of study and of life. Amazing. Let's see your process on the how-to. The key. They just said the double numbers might be significant for you. So far you have the double twos, double threes. Number 24, the heart. The mountain. The woman. The anchor. And the dog. My beautiful collective, I'm feeling here the process for you, or the key to this, is opening up your heart to that compassion and understanding, which is what you naturally already do. But this mountain here is twofold for me. It's one, that you have the key, or a particular key that helps unlock people's latent potential. Second, this particular cycle of the journey, or part of this path for you, is a little bit of a feat that you need to conquer when it comes to the individuals or the people or things that you interact with when it comes to your spiritual gifts. It's almost like you show them or light the path through their own particular obstacles, is what I'm feeling here, through your honesty, and showing them that they can actually accomplish this in some way. How you're using your gift of service is how I'm feeling this, and you're loyal to that because of your honesty. You know, you're finding a better way for them to conquer their own personal delays. And for you, it's extracting some of your own latent abilities to help even more, and so that you're forced almost to use this particular gift. I feel like this archetype of the woman here is you, my viewer, regardless of how you identify. And this anchoring down with the compassion, with the truth, the loyalty to this journey. And everybody's like looking on this direction towards this, but especially when it comes to here and through, it's like, I'm the key to open this up. I'll meet you where you are, and then I'll help guide you wherever you need to. Watching you, anchoring down, supporting you loyally. That's how you do this. This is how this integrity, the honesty of the honest integrity of you, excuse me, is what this is here, my love. The master maker that you are. Personal problems solved here. You know? It's beautiful. Like, it's clear, is what I'm trying to say. And that honesty, that particular gift of yours of maybe clear feeling or clear knowing in some degree, of being able to tap into somebody's innate true nature without judgment and without overly exposing them to you knowing it in some way, but they can feel that you understand, is what I'm getting. And that truth and honesty of seeing them and loving you exactly as you are, that's the loyalty that they need, or the help that they need, that you anchor in for them so that they can go about their journey confidently, masterfully, skillfully. Wow, pile threes. Dang. Okay, let's see the doorway to the next phase, the next process of this. What's behind that doorway? It says, bless this space. And again, when we talk about you being that sort of home, that place where people the place where people can come to feel seen and to be heard and to be helped. It says, your sacred space holds the soul to bear. Palo Santo or sage will clear the air. Yeah, it's like, this is you. It's like, we can clear this together. You know, my sacred space is your sacred space. There's a feeling of that, like, if you're coming to me, we are going to get you the help you need, or get you the clarity you need, or come through, or focus on something that you can move your way through, that you can find your victory, your success, and alleviate whatever obstacles might be in your path at the current time. Let's see a reminder. Apple blossoms. It says, choices, knowledge, and illumination. That's exactly what you do. White are the flowers of apple tree that brings us fruits of fertility. So, finding clarity within your choices to illuminate the illusions, to illuminate the illusion, to bring you into the knowledge that you're seeking. That is a part of your process. Again, this doorway is already something that you're at the precipice of, is what I'm feeling like. And I think that what they're referencing here into the next process is, for you, it's almost like to create a bigger wave. Let me put it that way. Like, the waves that you've been creating are doing exactly what you need to be doing. Great, honest work. And now they want you to do more. To expand this beautiful, blessed space of yours. Of this illumination process that you can facilitate and guide people towards, with, on, etc. Wow, Pile 3, that's amazing. So the final part of your reading today here, I'm using these two cards as like guides or advice, and on this particular process, once you've opened that door, so to speak, fully, you know, on after you fully process this, what's their advice and then their final words. Let's see what we got. The trickster. Wow. You might have a connection to pile 2. There might be extra messages in there for you. Number 19, deceit, betrayal, and guile. So what I'm getting from this, my lovely, is... Oh, they're saying this is, okay, this is an echo to how you see people. So when they're talking about honesty is talking to me, and they're connecting these two cards in particular, honesty is saying right now, when I said that, could you not look at my eyes and believe that I love you just as you are? That trickster energy is what this is. It's like people might come to you in so many different guises and facades of deceit and betrayal, and coming from those places of betrayal. And again, you still see them. It's like there is no judgment based on what your past might be, or who you, or how you might operate at the moment. But if you're here with me and we're trying to find that path for you to find that blessed space within yourself, that honesty within yourself, the master maker of your life, then we're going to tap into that honesty. And all of these extra debris around you will fall and crumble away, and you'll just see the path. That's freaking awesome. And then we have the weaver. Like I said, you are that weaver. I didn't say weaver, but you are that path maker, you know? Fate, destiny, and the word. Again, your word. I said that specifically. I think that was you guys. It might have been Pal 2. So again, you might have a connection with Pal 2. Either way, you are helper of this weaver of their own particular destiny. It's like you are the helper of the fates. That's what this feels like. Through your honesty. That master maker here. You know, you help them come to their own, you help them step foot on their own destiny. Through your words, through your actions, through your care, through your ability to see people as they are without the masks, no matter how they present themselves to you. That's a humongous gift to be able to do and stay in that compassionate, loving energy. That's huge, huge. So my lovelies of Pile 3, let's see what the final words are from the Fae. Wombat Spirit, number 68. Be at home. Haven't we been saying this? Blessed, bless this space, being at home in self, relieving the trickster honesty, finding that honesty, revealing who you are, the choices in your knowledge, the knowledge based on your past choices, illuminating what needs to be remedied, if that. Again, that rose quartz too, that communication with the dolphin and that compassion with that rose quartz and that love. So my lovely collective, like you definitely, what the Fae are actually definitely really emphasizing for you on what to strengthen is this. It's just keep mastering what you're doing. Keep making whatever you're doing even better, even stronger. Like they said, elegant and pure. So allow this evolution of your particular gifts to occur, and know that you are going about it in the way that is destined and designed for you to be able to allow people to reach you and for them to reach themselves. Well, my beautiful collective, I hope this was helpful in how to strengthen your how to strengthen your spiritual gifts. I am sending you so much love. I hope the Fae was helpful. Till next time, keep on in your lives. Ciao.